What does mobility mean to you? Oh no, here comes the baby, the mobile baby. Does mobility mean to you, Oliver?
I don't know.
Do you know what mobility is?
No.
What do you think mobility is? Tell me.
Going to sleep.
So what does mobility mean? What is mobility?
Something that's mobile, like you can move around.
How do you think transportation might be different in the next 10 years?
There's gonna be flying cars. And, monorail systems pretty much everywhere.
How will we travel from place to place in the future?
Possibly buy electric car.
What will the world look like in the future?
The world will look less polluted
How will it be less polluted?
because there will be less car fuel used
How are we going to use less car fuel?
by using more electric cars.
How do you rent a car?
You rent a car by going to a, what's it called, rental car?
Can you think another way that we use cars to get around? If you don't own one or rent one.
You can get a taxi.
What do you think a taxi is?
A taxi, so you order a taxi and the taxi driver drives you around in the car.
What's your favourite thing about Mummy's car?
You don't have to squeeze into it,
What's your favourite thing about Daddy's car?
that it looks cool.
I think mobility will be a lot harder. I think it'll be a lot harder to get around to places because there'll be more people. So, more people and less space to do stuff. So roads will be more dense, which means more traffic.
So, what do you think the mobility solutions will look like in 10 years to address that?
I think a lot of them will be centered around, say, like conserving the environment, but a lot of them will also be economically focused because those kind of changes are expensive.
What do you think mobility is going to look like in 10 years from now?
Mobility?
Mobility.
What do I think mobility is going to look like in 10 years?
As an individual?
As a consumer of mobility. Yeah.
I do think you'll see a lot more of the drive share type services and home delivery, like autonomous home delivery type services. And I think you'll see less cars in cities and more like hubs where you bring your car in and then you could take different modes of transportation to where you need to go in the city.
10 years for you, do you see yourself using more of those services?
Myself personally,
Yeah.
no.
Why?
I like to drive. I like to be in control of my vehicle.
What about buying a car, Dave? 10 years from now, what would be the best experience when you go out to lease or buy a car?
10 years from now. Well, I've been leasing, so I'm going to stick with leasing.
Okay.
But I think the younger generation just won't have one.
Okay.
It's cheaper. No car insurance. No, they'll just Uber. And there'll be Uber cars everywhere or autonomous cars everywhere, one or the other.
And what about the whole experience of leasing a car? What do you think was the best experience in leasing a car?
Then I get a new one every 2 years.
The best experience.
All right, guys. What does mobility mean to you?
Mobility, I would say, the comfort that the consumer, I guess, feels in their vehicle.
What does the future of automotive finance look like to you?
You said it.
Like to give you an example, are they going to come in the finance office? Are they going to do different?
No, it's actually just gonna be like a process thing where the salesperson actually doing everything. So
More
it's kind of saving time, being more streamlined, like you were saying earlier.
Will they come to the dealership to do all the paperwork and stuff like that?
I think they're gonna start going to more like an e-sign, where it's really like everything, the documents is right there. Like, so if you wanted to purchase a car, like look at what Carvana's doing. Like they're just buying cars with finance options, credit score. It's really just like being in a dealership. But you could be at the beach, you could be anywhere and do it. You could be on a plane and buy.
Okay, so what does mobility mean to you?
I believe mobility means having options, keeping customers in the latest and greatest technology, but with options.
I believe mobility to me means that customers are going to be able to change the way they access how they get to the locations, whether it be through a large pool of rideshare, whether it be through scooter mobility, however they're going to get there. That means they're going to get there faster and the way they want to.
Hey Roma, what does mobility mean to you?
What is mobility?
Oh, mobility. How do you say it in Russian? Mobility in Russian.
You don't.
What does the future of automotive finance look like to you?
Automotive finance, Carlos? Everything is free.
Hey, how about what's the mobility mean to you?
Mobility, let me show you, Carlos, right over here.
Oh, good.
This, to us, is mobility.
What will customers want in the year 2030?
In 2030?
Yeah.
Carlos, I have it right here for you.
Oh, wow.
What we're going to do, Carlos, is we're going to miniaturize everybody to fit into this electric bug.